will talk about my job, my husband, and of course a lot of handbags. Hi and very welcome! My name is Mary, this is my channel Lumi Level Up, and I'm a luxury lover on an average income trying to be more mindful with my money. I'm super happy to have you here. Of course, we are going to talk a lot about handbags today as well, but it's going to be slightly more personal as well. So it is special that you do watch this video, because why should you even care about me? Thank you for being here. I asked for some questions to do a Q&A because, well, one of my videos lately blew up a little bit and got me quite some new subscribers, and I thought maybe you do have questions, maybe you want to get to know me a little bit better. I put on the same outfit so you recognize me, and I looked through the questions. I did not really prepare my answers, just for some of the questions where you wanted to see something out of my collection, I took it with me. I kind of sorted them so that we have more similar questions together, and I think without any further ado, let's jump right into it. This is a question from jrob123. Is YouTube your full-time job? If not, what do you do for your career? I wish YouTube was my full-time job. I think this would be a dream come true, kinda. If I would be paid to talk about the things I love, handbags, and could make a living out of it. Doesn't this sound wonderful? Actually, on average, I earned around €100 a month with my YouTube channel, so unfortunately I'm far away from being able to live off of YouTube. I would recommend to everyone who's considering to start a channel, if you want to do it because you think you will earn a lot of money very quickly, don't even get started. It's not worth it. It's about the fun and the connection with people and being able to find like-minded people. Then it can give you a lot. But if you think this will help you grow an additional income stream, well, €100 a month are nice, but if I would calculate it down to the hours of effort I put into filming and editing, coming up with ideas, even getting ready to film, it's not worth it, and I'm far away from being able to live from that money, but I absolutely would love to do so. Maybe one day one can dream. And what I'm actually doing, I'm an IT project manager. This answers another question I got on Instagram from Mrs. P Twinkle Heartbeat. On an average income, I wonder what you do for a living. So I am an IT project manager, which could be a job on the higher paying side, I guess. At least if you have a lot of expertise in the field, but unfortunately, let's put it that way, I do my job in a marketing agency. Since agencies work for companies and bigger corporations, of course these corporations still have to earn something with the work we do for them, so it's not the best paid job. I have the cutest colleagues and very nice climate. I'm in my current job for more than 4 years now. Maybe it's time to make a jump, maybe look around for a job in a bigger corporation so that I could increase my salary. And maybe one day get rid of that little intro sentence of being on an average income. Who knows? Then we have a question from Humiriada. I'm so sorry if I butcher all of your names. What do you think about taking luxury pieces, cars to work? Is reaction of your colleagues somewhat different than what we hear from other YouTube creators? Actually, I'm not entirely sure what most luxury creators do suggest you when it comes to luxury items. I think most of the videos that I have seen said that they wouldn't take their most expensive bags to work and probably would not drive a luxury car to work. I think it depends a lot on the place where you worked. Where I have been before the agency I'm at now was a very toxic work environment, and actually I did make very bad experiences, because I remember when my car broke, my very first car, which I did not even buy on my own. It was a car my parents bought initially for my mom, and then it was handed down to me, and it was a Volkswagen little small car, and I was driving that one for many years until it broke. Then it was my turn to get my first actual car. I've always been good with money. I've always been good with saving. I had quite a good chunk of money in the bank, so I wanted to get myself something nice, and I bought that Mercedes, or Mercedes as we say it in German. This was the first car I bought myself. I paid it right away, no credit, no loan. I had the money and bought it, and my boss back at that company, he didn't like the fact that I bought a Mercedes, even though I did not even pay that much. It was a used car, it looked very good, obviously. Well, at least I think it looks very good. Maybe you have a different opinion on that. And a few weeks after my initial car broke and I bought that Mercedes, I had a salary, how do you call it? Salary discussion? I don't know the exact word right now. Well, the kind of conversation you have in some companies maybe once a year where you talk about if you get a higher salary. I don't remember exactly, but he said something like, well, you don't need any more money if you can buy a car like that. That's so unprofessional. My car has nothing to do with my work and how much I should earn. Made very bad experiences at that place, even though I think my car is not even that luxurious. It's not like a sports car or a 100,000 euro car or something. Yes, it is a nice car, especially for a young girl. I have been in my 20s, I guess, when I started that job. I'm still driving that car till this day because I spent some bucks on it and I want to drive it as long as possible. So yeah, well, I think I lost track. So I'm not sure. I think you have to know your work environment and if it might impact you negatively. Where I work now, I feel like no one really cares about brands. No one really cares about luxury. I do wear a lot of my luxury totes like the Louis Vuitton Neverfull bag or for example, I like to wear this Fendi shopper roll tote in summer as well, which is very heavy logo, but I'm not even sure if they recognize that this is the Fendi Zucca print. I think my colleagues, they really don't care about it. The only person I'm not entirely sure about, she might be into luxury herself a tad, is our human resources HR person, because she's a very elegant lady herself, I would say, and I once met her at a luxury outlet and that day I was wearing my Chanel classic flap and I felt terrible because I don't wear my Chanel bags to work, mainly because there is my single flap, mainly because they are just too small as work totes, so they wouldn't fit my essentials anyways, and I think I would draw the line there. I wouldn't go with a Chanel bag to work. Well, now that I think about it, that's not entirely true either, because I bought that reissue shopper tote and I wore that one to work because it is very understated and I think no one will be even able to tell that it is Chanel. There are exceptions to the rules. Overall, I would say I wear most of my bags that are work appropriate in terms of size. If people judge you or treat you bad or don't give you a pay rise because of your bags or your cars, search for a different job because that's just a jealous and bad environment, toxic to be in. You shouldn't be there. Where I am at now, everyone is super friendly, so I'm staying even though being on an average income there. Maybe I should reconsider that as well. Malibu Jade, who I think has a small YouTube channel herself as well, so I'm going to link it for you if you want to check her out, does ask, do you get anxiety filming and posting? And that's quite an easy question for me. No. Probably the very first videos that I took, I was nervous, but not to the point that I would call it anxiety. These days I just sit down and talk to the camera and it feels like talking to a friend. I usually don't even get nervous anymore. The last time I have been somewhat nervous is when the Vestiaire Collective video blew up quite a bit because I was worried that I would have to face legal consequences because of that video. That got me worried and nervous and stressed me out a little bit, but usually for the regular videos I do here, no anxiety. It's like chatting to a friend. Libor Pilstek, not sure about my pronunciation, I'm sorry, had a very good question as well. How long it took you to really start a channel? What was your motivation? And what was the real kick to do it? I'm thinking about it for years but can't push the trigger. First thing to say here, just do it. Just do it. I was so scared for years to do it because I thought, oh, if someone I know will find my channel and will laugh at me because it will be so small and I won't have any subscribers, and just making up all those crazy scenarios in my head. Which in reality, as long as your channel is very small, no one will find you. No one will know. You can do that hobby for forever until anyone actually will realize. Unless you do blow up, then you might get some more attention and maybe someone you know might see your video. But hey, if you blew up and got a lot of attention, I bet you're already at a stage you don't have to be ashamed for anymore either. Sadly, I didn't have the very best reason to finally get started. Like you, I did consider to do it for a long time. I have been watching YouTube videos myself for a long time and always thought, hey, I could do that. I think I do have quite some bags I could talk about as well, and I have a lot of passion for that topic and subject, so why not do it? But I always was worried what other people might think or that no one would watch or that I would never get another job if I start putting myself out to the internet, but all these worries, they don't make sense. Just do it. And if you don't like it, you can delete your videos, and in most cases, I know the internet never forgets, but the internet doesn't care about you when you just start out. Trying to take some of your worries from you. I myself started my channel. I guess that's a thing some of you already know because I did mention it in a very few videos. My dad passed away in December of 2020. Oh no. Till this day I have a hard time talking about it. I already realized that I'm nearly tearing up again, but I will try to talk you through this. So my dad passed away, which somewhat came as a surprise for the entire family, and it was very traumatizing. And I still have not fully processed it and probably never will, because if you lose your parents, I think it's always hard. And of course, the first time I was grieving a lot and I had a lot of struggle dealing with it. But I realized that I needed something positive to focus on to get my mind distracted and not just think about that loss all the time. So I think about half a year after I lost my dad, I started my channel, and it helped me a lot to focus on something else. And as well, I think we all know that our lives on this planet are limited. We only have so much time, and no one of us knows how long we exactly might have. Such a silly little decision, making YouTube or not making YouTube. In the grand scheme of things, it won't hurt you to just have done it and give it a try. And I thought to myself, well, I could die tomorrow, and I never gave it a shot, and maybe I love it, and maybe I'm good at it, and why not just do it? And I think the ones that have lost someone dearest to their heart, especially if it came kind of unexpected, that's when we have to get ourselves into these topics and be confronted with them. And then we try to not think about it anymore, and we push it aside again, because if we would always have in our minds, well, we could die any day and everyone we love could die any day, it would just be a very sad and depressing life to live. So I think most of the times we don't have it that concrete in our minds. Being confronted with it, I just thought, well, I'm going to live my life now to the fullest. I'm going to do whatever I want to do because it's my life. If someone finds out and laughs at me, well, who's the idiot? The person laughing, because what's your problem? When I have fun filming YouTube videos and it gives me some joy and helped me out of a very dark time. So I hope this didn't get too sad. I think this was a great question, and I would say for everything in life, if it is superficial reasons holding you back, just do it, give it a shot. Maybe you'll enjoy it. Sorry, I didn't want to get this sad at all. I don't know if I ever will be at the point that I can talk about the loss without getting sad. So let's go on to a more joyful question. The lovely Fender Bidosi, styled by Gwenny, who of course does have her own channel, which is going to be linked down for you in the description box, does ask, you love novelty handbags, SLGs. I approve. Are there any you're looking at right now? And what would be your dream novelty handbag? And she posted a little toast emoji. So I guess her question was inspired by my little Fendi shearling toast bag SLG that probably is not in focus. That piece, I saw it several years ago at the outlet in Serravalle at a quite good price and didn't buy it back then. Then that little fluffy toast, it kept haunting me. I couldn't forget it. I watched out for it pre-loved and ended up purchasing it. I think I ended up paying more than it would have been at the outlet, but to have finally peace of mind, I purchased it. And I guess Gwenny is referring to my crazy bag collection as well, because yes, I do like myself a little novelty bag, a little quirky something that might look like something that it's not actually, on the kitschy vibe, pretending to be another object or something. But I was thinking about her question and I could not really come up with a wishlist dream novelty bag. I don't know, of course there are many very, very beautiful Chanel pieces, but they are so out of my reach price-wise that I would not even consider them a dream bag of mine. There is one novelty bag that I can't forget, kinda, this Kate Spade Pizza slice shaped bag. It popped up when I was already doing YouTube during No Buy February, I think in 2022 possibly. It was on sale. I think it was down to only 125 euro. I didn't buy it because of No Buy February and I never was able to forget it. Every once in a while I searched it on the pre-loved market, but tends to be a lot more expensive than the 125 euro for which I did not buy it. Being honest to myself, I don't need it. I don't need a pizza slice bag. I will live on without owning it, but if one magical day it pops up somewhere for a great price, I wouldn't say no to that pizza slice. Then we have a question from the lovely Dawn Loves Couture, who has her own YouTube channel as well, that I of course will link for you. How about what luxury brand you don't own that you would like to have something from? I think there are quite some brands that I do not own something of. I took that question mainly referring to bags, because the first brand that came to my mind then was Dior, and I do have some small Dior things, well, not actually that many. I do have some nail polishes, I do have some sunglasses, and maybe some other makeup products from Dior, but I don't have any SLGs or bags. I think my main reason for never having dived deeper into Dior is that they used to have an outlet at the Foxtown Outlet Center in Switzerland, which is one of my go-to outlets. I didn't buy anything at that Dior outlet boutique back then. And now I just feel stupid paying so much for Dior when I had the chance to get something at the outlet. And as well, knowing that the brand does have outlets lowers the way I myself value full price items of that brand it had. And I feel like the hot Dior bags, even on the preloved market, are not that well priced. So there never was anything that made me pull the trigger. Well, I never bought anything. Every once in a while I get that little itch that I think, ooh, it would be nice to have a Lady Dior bag. It's such a classic bag, it will be around forever. Why don't you get one? Well, I can tell you why I don't get one, because the prices went crazy. I should have gotten one years ago. Didn't do so, not sure if I ever will, but Dior is the first brand that came to my mind. Lim60 did ask, how do you like the Fendi baguette that you've rented? Was the rental price worth it or too high? When I was looking into renting bags, like a Chanel bag was for rent for $500. With that money I could buy a preloved Givenchy bag and own it. So I felt like renting was too pricey. And I got a kind of similar question on Instagram as well. How are you enjoying your baguette? Do you recommend it? For the ones who are new subscribers, they might not know that this bag in the background of my videos actually is not my own, but just a rented bag. I found that concept and I thought it's interesting because the prices at all of these luxury brands, they are so high now that I'm not entirely sure if it's really worth it to me anymore. And I thought, why not try renting? I won't go too much into details on that question because I want to make a in-depth review of the bag after the 2 months I rented it and share all my deep dive thoughts that I had on the bag. Let me put it that way, so far I do like it a lot. I feel great wearing it. I think the price I pay for my rental is on the more doable side. It's 79 euro a month. And I'm absolutely with you. If the rental fee is $500 or 500 euro, I don't see a point in spending that much. You don't get a Chanel bag at that price, but you could get a nice other brand bag either on the preloved market, even some designer ones, or a very nice contemporary brand bag brand new at the store. So I wouldn't spend 500 euro for a bag rental, never. But I know that for 79 euro I wouldn't get another luxury bag. Well, actually I cannot put it that way because I found some incredible preloved deals at flea markets before, but 79 is a price I'm willing to pay. And all my in-depth thoughts on that bag, which I'm trying to wear as much as possible recently, because obviously I want to make it my money's worth, will follow in an upcoming video. So if you are curious to get to know my unbiased opinion on that Fendi baguette bag, stick around, consider subscribing, because it will get its own video soon. One of the ladies that asked for the Fendi baguette bag, if I would recommend it, had another question as well. I'm not going to put her name on the screen, but I think she knows who she is because she did not comment on my Instagram profile publicly, but wrote me a message, so I'm not sure if she's comfortable being named. And she had another question, and this is a tricky question to me. Who is Top Kibbles Top Kibbles? Twinker smiley. And I was not sure if this is her YouTube username, but I don't think. I think this is a serious question because she might have noticed that Top Kibbles does comment all of my videos and does so very quickly after uploading. Unfortunately, I have to disappoint you. I have no idea who Top Kibbles is, unless a very supportive subscriber who's watching my videos, and I'm very happy to have her. I always see her little comments and am very happy to see those. I guess when you're watching these videos, you can find his or her comment in the comments as well, but I don't know a lot about her. Sometimes she leaves a little sentence as well, but most of the times it's just emojis. I don't have that much information. I guess you might have asked that question because you noticed that that person comments a lot and you might have thought it might be my husband or a close friend. But no, it's a subscriber. A lovely subscriber, very supportive. When I realized that I had filmed enough footage for an at least 40-minute long video, I decided to set up a little poll on Instagram in my stories and ask you if you would prefer to see it all at once or in 2 separate 20-minute videos. Since it's a tie between I don't care and I prefer 2 20-minute videos, I decided to cut it here. Then we have left some more juicy questions for a part 2 of this Q&A, so make sure to stick around to see all the other questions. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you next time and bye. Real talk. We're trying to take... Oh, my bags go crazy.